This is TWiT.
Now, one of the things people sometimes criticize you for is you were the first person to ever say the word or the letters HDR to me. And sometimes people criticize you for overemphasizing high dynamic range. Although I use the tool you worked with Skylum on, Aurora HDR, religiously. Before that, the tool you had recommended before that, I used religiously. And you get some amazing images with it. What do you say to the people who say, "Oh, too much HDR"?
Oh, fuck those guys. I don't care. I think,
that's the answer. Correct answer.
I've got a multi-layered answer. One, I don't really listen to any criticism, and I think this is good advice for anyone in any creativity endeavor. Don't listen to the bad stuff, and also just don't even listen to the good stuff. Right? You can notice it, right? Like the way a flower might notice rain, but you just keep growing because you're a flower, right? And so there's two aspects to it. I do notice when people are very hateful and mean and destructive. Of course, this says much more about them and what they're going through than me or my own creativity. I think it's fine. So many people find time to be openly destructive in a creative art form. I find that to be unusual. But something else happens is I do take it in, right? And what they don't know, what the haters don't know, is that it kind of feeds this little white ball core of hate, like just somewhere in one of my chakras, like it's just like burning, like it was pure white energy. And then I kind of release that energy with like love and creativity. So they don't really understand that they're like feeding me even more.
Aren't you amazing?
And I'm not coming back with negativity. I'm coming back with something much more powerful, with positivity and love.
I love that. That's wonderful. I wish I could do that. No, a lot of times photography, you see it again and again. Post your pictures on Flickr and soak in the criticism. Get people to comment. That's how you learn. But I think you come from a point of view that what you should be working on is developing the artistic soul within you, not worrying about what people outside of you say.
Yeah, I'll give you the little short 90-second version of my path on this stuff, about this kind of carving out of my soul for photography. Right when I got my camera, I started going to Iceland quite a bit. Went 5 summers in a row.
I know.
And I was walking around. I wouldn't see anybody. I was listening to music, and I was being super present. I was being very mindful. I could feel my feet sinking into the tundra with every step. I was taking photos, and I was like, wow, this is really pleasant. I didn't know anything about mindfulness or presence, but like I wasn't worried about the future. I wasn't vexed about the past. I was just there, just walking my camera in nature. I was like, wow, there's something going on. And then about 6 or 7 years ago, a friend invited me to a yoga meditation hiking retreat here in New Zealand called Aroha. And then he goes, "Hey, Trey, you should read this book." I was like, okay. And it was A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. And he's talking about, the removal of the ego, being present, being mindful, consciousness. And I was like, wow, this is a thing. I didn't realize that this was an actual thing and so he was able to put like an intellectual scaffolding around what I was already going through. And that kind of sped me down this path. And now I know that the greatest creative gift anyone can give to themselves is the complete dissolution of the ego. Like as soon as you stop taking yourself seriously, you're not worried about what anyone else says. And you can channel a lot of extra energy you have because you're not spending half your day being bothered by things that get stuck on this fictional construct that your ego has created. And you only have so many cycles every day. And so if you can use all those cycles with creativity and love and helping people, this is the best way to be. And I'm happier than ever. I don't complain. I'm not bothered by things. And I look around and I see people that complain and are bothered and just always up in arms about stuff. They don't have much energy left over to do the most important things in life.